If you want to start out in animation and you don't know what software to get because there's so many different options, well, stay tuned, this video is for you. Hey guys, my name is Eon and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel, the channel that is specifically aimed at everyone that is new to animation. And if that is you, welcome, you are at the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a brand new video. And if you are brand new to animation, make sure you stick around till the end of this video. I've got something great for you that will help you with today's topic, what software to use. So make sure you stick around till the end of this video. Now to the question, if you are new to animation or you want to start out in animation and you don't know what software to get because there's so many different options, you don't know which one to choose, I hope today's video will help you. I'm going to give you some few tips. I think it's about 5 things that will really guide you in the right direction on choosing what software is the best one for you. Okay, so the first point or the first thing that you need to consider is what format of animation are you going to do? Are you going to do 2D animation or are you going to do 3D animation? And if you're going to do 2D animation, are you going to do frame by frame hand drawing animation? Because that will also determine the software that you're going to need. So that is the first question you'll need to ask yourself. What animation are you going to do? 3D animation, because obviously then you're going to need 3D animation software, or 2D animation, and then you'll also have to say, are you going to do hand-drawn animation like your old Disney type of movies where everything is drawn frame by frame, or do you want to go the digital route where your animation software do all the in-betweens for you, which is basically standard nowadays in 2D animation. So that is the first thing that you'll have to ask yourself, is what format are you going to do, 2D animation or 3D animation? Then the second question, and I want to get this one out of the way because this is obviously the biggest thing for all of you, and that is your budget. Obviously we want to get the best software out there, but we can't always afford it. So obviously the second thing we'll have to look at is your budget. What software is available that fits into your budget? I will say, and you will see later on in this video, that a recommendation for you is see what software will work the best for you, and if it's out of your budget, maybe see if you can't save up or just save up that extra 1 or 2 months to just get that software that will work better for you, rather than just go for a cheaper option. For example, Blender. Blender is absolutely free, so you don't even have to spend any money on it. But for me, I really struggle to learn Blender. Maybe if I go take an online course, that will help, but on YouTube I really struggle to learn everything I need to know. It's all bits and pieces. So that is a free software, but I really struggle to use it. So my 3D animation software of choice is iClone. It is very simple to use, and at least I can animate with it. So yes, iClone is not cheap, so you'll have to spend some money, but at the end of the day, I have a software that I feel comfortable with, that I know how to use, and I can use it, I can animate, and that is important. With Blender, which is free, I can't animate. It's over my head. So one day I will take some online courses on Blender to learn it. I want to learn it, but at the moment, with time, it makes sense for me to use iClone, but I had to spend some money on it. So yes, budget is important, but also just keep in mind that going cheaper may not be the best option for you, and you will really struggle to animate. So maybe spend that little bit of extra money to make sure you get a software that is easy to use and that you can actually animate with. You don't have any problems. So that brings me to the third point. user interface. User interface is just basically how the software operates. That is another thing with Blender that really where I struggle is I don't know where everything is. I don't know what certain functions are or how to use it, what it means. The interface is a little bit, you have to click on a drop down menu to go to another drop down menu, and then you have to go to another drop down menu to do something small. So sometimes a user interface can really make or break a software. So the simpler the user interface is to understand and use, the better, because you can animate so much faster. So what I will recommend here is a lot of the animation softwares out there do have a free trial version. So what I will recommend is maybe download all the software, play around with it, see which one is easy to understand, easy to animate with, and then that will probably really help you a lot, because the easier the interface is, the easier it becomes to animate, and the easier it is to animate, there's nothing that stands in your way when it comes to inspiration. When inspiration hits, you can just sit and you can animate everything. You know where everything is, and it is just so much easier. But if you struggle with your animation software, you're going to lose that inspiration very quickly. So my fourth point is go look at the features that you need from your software. For instance, for 2D animation, I use Cartoon Animator. That is my choice. I love to use it, but it doesn't have a drawing. You can't draw inside Cartoon Animator 4 to create your characters or your scenes and props. You have to use an outside software like a Photoshop, or in my case Clip Studio Paint. So it links very well with those software, so it's very easy, but that means you have an extra expense. You have to go buy a graphic software or a drawing software. So other softwares, 2D animation softwares, comes with that feature with the software where you can actually draw inside the animation software. You rig everything inside the software. So maybe look at that as well. What do you want from your animation? Do you want to be able to draw everything inside the software, or do you want to draw outside? For instance, with Photoshop, you have so much more options because it is a graphics software. So yes, you can actually create better looking backgrounds if you use Photoshop, for instance. So that is also something to consider. So look at the features of the software and see what is it that you need from your software to help you with your work. It's no use you get a software, for instance, you get maybe Cartoon Animator 4, but you don't have a graphic software, so now what? You can't create props or scenes. Another feature is, do you want to create your own characters and props? And does the software that you use have a marketplace where you can go and purchase backdrops and characters and props and special effects, etc.? That's another great feature with Cartoon Animator 4 is if you don't know how to draw or you don't have a drawing tablet, they do have a marketplace and you can go and you can purchase a lot of characters or scenes. So other softwares don't have that feature. They don't have that option. You have to go and create your own content. So look at the features. What do you want from your software? And make a decision based on that. And then finally, does the software have a lot of training? Do they have great tutorials on their website? Are there online courses available that will teach you more about the software and how to use it? There's a lot of software out there that there's not a lot of YouTube videos available to train you. There's not a lot of tutorials. There's maybe just like a forum where you can go ask questions. And me personally, I'm not a big fan of forums because it's very difficult sometimes to search for questions or what the answers you want. So I don't like it. I like to go on YouTube or go to the website, and that's the nice thing with Cartoon Animator 4. They have great tutorials on all their software, so it makes it so much easier for me. Is there courses on that software available on places like Udemy? So that is something to also consider. Is there a lot of tutorials or courses available, training on the software, so that you can maybe just take a few courses or watch a few tutorials? And I like tutorial software where they have very good tutorials, and I have to give heads up to Reallusion with Cartoon Animator 4 because they've got tutorials on almost everything. So if I just want to see how to rig a character, there's a tutorial for that. If I want to know how to create a 3D head, there's a tutorial for that. So it's not just like one long tutorial of how the software works. They actually broke it down in sections, so you can actually go and search for what you're looking for and watch the video and learn how to do it. So that is another thing that I would highly recommend, is see the software you want to use. Is there a lot of training and tutorials and online courses available for that software if you want to increase your knowledge using the software? So those are the 5 things that I can highly recommend you look at when you need to decide on what software to get as a new animator. So it is obviously the first one, format, 2D or 3D, your budget, then the user interface, then the features, what you're looking for from the software, and then finally the training. Is there training available? So as I've mentioned in the beginning of this video, that I want to help you with this, to make your to help you with your decision. I've created a video training. It is absolutely free, where you work alongside with me, and by the end of the video you would have created your very own animation, and that is what I want. If you've never animated before, it doesn't matter. By the end of the video you would have created your very own animation, and I also provide you with a trial version for Cartoon Animator 4. And as a new animator, I highly recommend you starting off with Cartoon Animator 4. So that training, you can go take it. It's absolutely free. You can get the trial version of Cartoon Animator 4, and then you can actually see, is the software for you. It's a great starting point for you. So by the end of that training, if you think Cartoon Animator 4 is not for you, then you can go check out other software, but at least with this training you will know the basics of animation, keyframe animation, so you can actually apply that knowledge to the other softwares as well. That will really help you. So make sure, if you want to start out in animation and you're not sure on what software to use, go and take that training. I'm sure it will really help you. So guys, that is it for me. I will see you guys next week with another video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell, and remember to hit that like button. It really helps the algorithms, and that's a great way for you to support this channel. So from me, until next week, God bless and happy animating.